Welcome back to Day in the Life at Bavarian Rennsport. I'm Kane, shop manager here. Today we got some awesome projects lined up. First up, Chris tackling a timing chain replacement on a BMW X5 diesel. Tricky job that needs serious skill. Then we have JP checking in an Aston Martin DBS Super Leggera, going over the features of the car. Always a treat to see that one in the shop. And finally, Duke's wrapping up with an oil change on a Porsche 911, keeping it road ready and running smooth. Let's get into it and show you what a day here is really like. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
What are you rebuilding the engine?
No, I gotta pull the head off to do timing chains.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is a serious job. Wow.
I'm here with Chris is doing a timing chain. So Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got going on here?
Cylinder head has to come off. This back cover has to come off. So right now what I'm doing is I'm removing all the non-essential items that I can to be able to safely get the cylinder head off and, you know, work my way down to pulling the rear cover. Right now it's engine harnesses, fuel injectors, fuel rails, valve cover, then we'll move on to the turbo setup, the diesel particulate filter, and the rest of the items that are in my way.
This a motor.
I'm at an airport.
BMW's torque spec. Everything you got.
Sir, let's go.
Sure.
Yes, sir. He's getting there. By his 21st birthday, he'll be a man.
That's why I let him take a crack at breaking one of those loose.
You gotta watch your mouth. We gotta beat that out.
In my defense,
We are cussing Christians. Sometimes words like that just help express ourselves better.
In your defense, you use two hands. I'm using one.
Are you trying?
Hi, this is Dara with Media Made Fresh. Thanks for tuning in. If you like the video that you're watching today and the content that we're sharing with you, or if you're looking for a new full-service marketing agency, check us out, MediaMadeFresh.com.
I forget what the torque spec is on them, but they're tight.
It's a diesel, so they have to be really tight because these things make a crap load of compression. So if they're not tight enough, the pistons will actually push the head off the block.
Now watch me hit this drop.
All right, so now that we have all of our timing chain components on, we're going to go ahead and prep the block. For the cylinder head, we are going to clean out all the holes of any oil, coolant, debris, anything that could have got down in there. Then we're going to install our dowels that were removed in order to clean the surface of the deck, and then we'll throw our head gasket on and then our head.
I am cleaning all the old oil and residue and gunk out of the cylinder head to prep it to go back in, or excuse me, not in, but on the engine block. Here, there's not that much that it could do damage to. But take into consideration that this sealant is used on crankcases now. Or, excuse me, the bed plate on the bottom of the engine between the crankshaft and the block itself. If you overdo it with this sealant, it can get into the oil passages and it will eventually cause catastrophic failure. You don't want to overdo it with this stuff. You don't want to use too much, but you also don't want to use too little because that can cause issues with it sealing properly. All right, YouTube world, this is a nut driver that is set to 4 before it clutches out. I am not torquing these bolts with this. I am just putting them in their home. I will be coming back later with a torque wrench, so calm down. Hey YouTube, what's this? That's my lucky shirt! I didn't even notice it this morning when I put it on. Okay, thank you. Okay. Well, we're not done yet, boys. We got 3 left.
I don't see no boy here except this one right now next to me.
You sound like you're going up the roller coaster.
get you some of this, Mr. Strongman?
I'm good.
Thank you. You might be able to beat me in arm wrestling, but I guarantee you I'm stronger than you in core.
I just realized I only beat him because he has a messed up shoulder. If he had a good working shoulder, you probably would have crushed him.
Why should have gone left-handed?
Realistically, the hardest part of it is trying to balance keeping the torque wrench down while also getting around with a bad shoulder.
Now, is this something typically done with like 2 or 3 people? Like, what if you're by yourself doing this? How are you supposed to do that?
The easiest way to do it would be to like have a stand that has locking wheels, or set the stand against something so it can't rotate. That's the problem I was faced with, is it wanted to rotate the whole stand, which is why I needed the extra assistance.
There's no preventative to save your timing chains or any of that. As far as the industry is concerned, timing chains are a maintenance item, so they need to be replaced every, we'll say, just throw a number out there, 60 to 70,000 miles, depending on the vehicle, your driving habits, and the amount of power you're pushing. For example, this vehicle I believe had like 130k on it and had some noise, and that's why the chains were replaced. Typically you run into noise when you have tensioners failing or guides failing. So on the note of doing timing chains on an engine, typically they're pretty straightforward where it doesn't involve an engine out. With this vehicle in particular, the timing chains were in the rear of the engine, so it involved an engine out, making it a little bit trickier. However, we are fully equipped to get these jobs done and have the experience to get them done. So if you're experiencing a similar issue, you have a rattling noise from your timing chain, or you're not sure when your timing belt was last replaced, you can always contact us and schedule a diagnostic or a repair.
What's up guys, it's JP over at Bavarian Rennsport, and today we're checking in another car. We have this 2019 Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. This car is packing a 5.2 liter twin turbo V12, pushing 715 horsepower. This car is the Superleggera, which means super light, so it comes packed with a bunch of carbon fiber options. Carbon fiber, forged carbon fiber, and carbon fiber. With this car being featured in James Bond movies, it's packed with secret buttons. One of them is this automatic center console. You just flip that up and it moves back for you. You don't even have to touch it. It's automatic. Do you like bass? This car comes equipped with a Bang & Olufsen sound system with 9 performance speakers. You got speakers on the door, tweeters on the dash, and speakers all over. So it comes equipped with a bunch of carbon fiber options, one of them being a full carbon fiber front clamshell hood. Your car may be fast, but it doesn't have these carbon ceramic large brakes to stop really quickly. Because this car is in a manual, it has giant paddle shifters so you never miss a gear change.
Hey guys, Duke here with Bavarian Rennsport. Today we're working on a beautiful 2015 Porsche 911 Carrera. So this is a 991.1 version, and we're doing a major service to it. So we replaced the spark plugs, ignition coils due to age and mileage. As you can see, we have the rear bumper off of the vehicle. We're replacing the air filters, currently also draining the oil. We'll be doing a brake fluid flush and replacing the cabin filters as well.
And this is a 992?
So this is a 991.1.
And what makes it a .1?
So the .1 is the older style body panels and design. The tail lights are different. So the 991.2 has a facelift, but essentially the same car.
And for someone who's thinking about purchasing one of these cars, what are some things to look out for as far as used Porsches?
Look out for possible coolant leaks. The water pumps do leak. Thermostat issues where you'll get a check engine light for a thermostat issue. The vacuum solenoids do fail on these cars. And that's essentially it. I mean, other than that, these are very, very solid cars. As far as oil leaks are concerned, not many I've seen leaking oil. And as long as you maintain it, they'll run, man. These cars are very, 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 in my opinion, one of the more reliable vehicles of Porsche that Porsche produces.
And for someone who's like adamant about like only taking their car to the Porsche dealership, what are your thoughts on taking it outside of Porsche to an indie shop like here?
If you have the experience and the certifications, I mean, 20 years I was with Porsche and, you know, achieved the master level Goldmeister certification. So, you know, as long as they have the certifications, they know the product, they know the vehicle, they know what the car needs, how to properly maintain it. Whether it's 20,000 mile, 2-year service, or 40,000 mile, 4-year service, these are recommended by Porsche to ensure that the vehicle is running at optimal specifications, you know, optimal performance. You know, you want to get the most out of your vehicle. Make sure you maintain and take care of it and address what the vehicle needs, because the manufacturers, they do all the testing. They spend all the time on research and development and time and energy to test these vehicles. So they know what the car needs at a certain time, a certain mileage, to ensure that the components don't fail while you're driving the vehicle. It's better to be proactive and replace maintenance items as needed than to have, you know, to let that time period go or that maintenance go where you get stranded on the side of the road. And they know these components break down at a certain, you know, think of the temperature that these engines are exposed to, you know, hundreds and hundreds of degrees. Not only that, you know, plastic components, rubber components, you know, these all have to be addressed at a certain time frame to ensure that you don't get stuck on the side of the road.
1, 2, ready?
He's laughing. Dude's laughing.
You're making me laugh.
Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Oh, dang.
That was good.
Hey!
That was good.
Hey!
Oh, hit it with the Ziz pose.
Hey!
Damn, that was good, dude.